Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, the 16th of April. I want to ask a question here more than anything else and see what you think. Because a thought came to me this morning that, we think they're full on insane. Maybe they know what they're doing. And that is the knowledge of our thoughts and emotions, and the correct understanding of them. Whereas we are being led into judging ourselves, that is to say, we're being this idea of black and white, or that there are parts of us that are light and there are parts of us that are darkness, especially our emotions, but also our thoughts. So aggression, fear, greed, those are all bad emotions that you need to overcome. Whereas compassion and love is the shining light. You become completely compassionate and in love. You're becoming this light being, which is, to my mind, the wrong interpretation, because everything is created by the light and everything is light. And it is depending on where and when and to what amount you're using it that will create a good outcome. Light. So, and I thought about again this morning the parting of the Red Sea. That was worked through fear and desperation. Pure fear and desperation was the force that parted the water, and they went through. But as I said, those emotions are there for moments of clear and present danger. They're not to be used to have dominion over or something, but to serve life at that moment. Now, as I said, and whatever those forces work is temporary. It will create a temporary solution. As I said, after they went through, reality went back to what it was. The Red Sea went together again and everything was back to normal, apart from a few dead Egyptians, obviously, in the sea. Compassion works the greater outcome, the longer lasting outcome. The solution will not go away again, but it will create something, a reset, really. I mean, Lazarus came back to life. It doesn't mean he was given eternal life. It's not like compassion works that far. But he was back in the field of all possibilities to go on, have another stab at this. And he lived for longer than 5 minutes, or a few hours, So it creates the longer lasting effect. So they are neither good nor bad. It is what you need at the moment. And understand what they are doing. So again, Jesus said you don't build your house on shifting seas, which is fear and desperation all the time. But all you ever create are momentary solutions. They will not create a lasting outcome, which is what's happening in this world at the moment. We're plugging holes through fear and desperation. What I really want to come to is, again, let's just for one moment assume they're not insane, but they actually know what they're doing. They have ruled through this knowledge forever. They have directed us into thoughts and emotional states forever, and we have created outcomes for them. And we're saying, maybe, and that was a thought that was around, that is no longer there. Now we're thinking they're just full on insane, but there was another thought there before, that is, they know something we don't. there's something coming. They know something. What if Earth is going toward a moment of clear and present danger? Let's say an asteroid, something like that. And they knew and believed on these forces because they do, and on directing these forces. So to say fear and desperation could move that asteroid as it parted the Red Sea. So are they driving us into that state to produce that energy, to work an outcome? Could compassion move the asteroid? Now, there's a great, compassion will solve all. No, I don't think it can. That's the problem. I don't think it can. Because it is, as compassion said in the book, I knock on the door. It doesn't break down the door. Fear, desperation, anger does. It doesn't care. It plows through. But compassion knocks, and you need to open for it to come in and work. So it needs to be received. So does love. For it to work, it needs to be received by the other. Otherwise, it cannot enter in. So, can an asteroid receive compassion? I would doubt it. In fact, I would say for compassion, you need to have a certain level of awareness for compassion to work. To be even able to feel compassion, you would need to be on a certain level of your development of awareness. So I doubt it. I doubt compassion would work at that moment. Then we have this thought of worlds colliding, so to speak. Realities coming together. Heavens opening in a different reality. And I say I'm still on these looking glass people that say work on that theory, which it might be a side effect of being in that great an energy, that it would do more than just remove the blinking asteroid, but it would bring actually a wall down in between worlds as a side effect of that particular medicine. If you are full on in fear and desperation, it would bring down the wall to a world that is ruled by fear and desperation. Those that are the same come together. So it might save us one way, but it would compound the situation by bringing something that is the same as fear and desperation, ruled on that. So then two become one, and I don't think that's going to be an improvement. Again, if you were on compassion, it might bring down the wall toward a different world, a world that is ruled by compassion. And again, I'm thinking of the way of the middle, because they are, and they have done for the latest part, are following the way of Moses. They are following it is the knowledge of what fear and desperation can work. The strength that it can give temporarily. They are still working on that knowledge. Not so much on the compassion side, but they have that knowledge, no doubt, but they are still working the way of Moses through the wilderness. A third way. And the third way is what the knowledge brought when Jesus spoke, that spoke through Jesus. And that is, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Now this would be the most difficult of all the ways, because it requires belief to the point of knowing. And that is going past the event to the outcome, knowing yourself at the outcome. So let's say there was an asteroid coming, you know yourself on the other side of that event and safe. And don't ask how that would even be possible, because you're asking for a miracle. So you will not know. You cannot know. That is the moment where you have absolutely, if you go into compassion and if you go into fear, you actually know a solution yourself. You're still within the realm of what you know. You know, you can predict what those two ways would do. And if you had understanding of the forces, you know, you could predict what it would happen. The way of the middle, you do not know. That is why it's the hardest way. Because we are afraid of that which we don't know. And we, as I said before in one of my videos, you know, there's a team building exercise where you have to close your eyes and fall backwards and know that the one behind you will catch you. I said for me I made that video years ago, and I said for me, you know, I said unless I knew God was standing behind me, I would never trust the person. Not God, but the all. You know, trusting, knowing that that would actually work. Knowing that that would work. It is described in the texts that that is how it works. To believe yourself at the outcome of the event, and don't ask how you got there, just that you're going to be there. That would be the hardest way. And given in a world, that we are in a world where this knowledge was only ever known by the few that worked that knowledge on the many, and if they knew now of a clear and present danger, they would be in one hell of a situation. Because can you instill that level of knowledge now in the masses, that level of belief in the masses, when you spend centuries destroying it? So I think they are going the way of Moses, if this is the scenario. But it might be possible that this is the scenario and they're going the way of Moses, creating fear on a global scale to part a Red Sea or to move an object. What do you think about this thought? Please let me know. And would it be possible, because the best way through this would be the way of move to the outcome. Know the Creator is good. Know that there is a way, even if you can't see it. He is all possibilities. There is a way. And just believe that it will be done. What do you think? I don't know. Anyway, I leave that with you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.